I got the title of this video from a book called The Gap versus the Gain, which I actually haven't read, but I know a little bit about it. And the gap versus the gain is this concept where humans tend to measure themselves on the gap from where they are now to where they want to be in the future, rather than the gain from where they were in the past to where they are now. Super cool name for a really interesting phenomenon. It might seem like a weird time for me to reflect on my YouTube journey so far. I've made 31 videos. I've been doing it for 4 months, not particularly unique milestones, but I went to this interesting show last week that made me think about this idea. The show that I went to was the live version of the podcast, The Diary of a CEO, with Stephen Bartlett, which some of you might know. And it's a really great podcast, and I love Stephen Bartlett. So I went to his live show, and he sits on stage sort of talking about really interesting philosophical ideas, whilst this house gospel choir sings behind him, and there's occasional musical performances, and it was really awesome. And he talks about this idea where we constantly measure ourselves now against who we want to be in the future, the gap. We never look back to our past self and think about their dreams and how we're actually doing the things that our past self wanted us to be doing. This is the gain. So this is how much we have gained in the past, whether it's weeks, months, years, whatever it is. We live in this state where we think about our future self. Excuse me. We live in this state of imagining our future self and how we need a few more things, a little bit more money to be happier or to be that future self that we imagine. There's always a gap between who we are now and who we want to be in the future. And we never think about the gain, about how far that we have come. Stephen Bartlett doesn't actually use this term, the gap and the gain, to describe the problem, but I think it's a really nice way of articulating it. And listening to him talk about it really made me reflect on my own experience, because for a long time, I wished I could be where I am now, where I am making videos and talking about things that I am interested in and want to talk about on the internet. And now my goalposts have completely shifted. I've got over that hurdle. That's in the past. Now I want more views, more subscribers, more videos, world domination. So it's really interesting to think about this idea, because it happens in all areas of your life. It could be that you wanted to make more friends. It could be that you wanted to make more money. It could be that you wanted to get in better shape. It could be that you wanted to learn an instrument, to quit smoking, to go to bed earlier, whatever it is. And you never think about how far you have come. I think we're all guilty of just constantly thinking about the gap around where we will be in the future, and that will make us happier. We need that little bit more to get to that place. And I think we could spend more time reflecting on the gain, the things that we have achieved so far, the things that we wanted to do in the past and we are now doing. And I think it's important enough that I wanted to make a video about it. And this video will sit there on my channel so that I can look back at where I'm at 357 subscribers or whatever it is today, and it is 357, and know that I was grateful for everything that I've done so far, and for all of the people watching, because I think that it's so easy to get, once you've got 100 views, then you're like, okay, I want 200 views, and then I want 1,000 views, and then I want 10,000 views, but never measuring how much you have gained. So we always imagine ourselves in the future. And yes, that can be really motivating to think of yourself in the future, having things that you want to have. You're like, okay, I'm going to keep going. But sometimes you have to look back and think about how far you've come, how much you've achieved, and how you're actually doing a lot of the things that you wanted to be doing. So yeah, that is my 2 cents on the gap versus the gain. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please keep watching. That's kind of important. If you want to watch a video to demonstrate how far I've come, how much I have gained, then watch this video here around how I became a YouTuber in 30 days. And yeah, please drop a comment in the comment section with like an emoji or something if you made it this far in the video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.